Hey, what's up guys? Tito here with Aloha Android, and thanks to my daughters for letting me borrow their room to do this today's rant video. And so for the longest time, most of you guys who know me pretty well or interact with me on YouTube and outside on social media pretty much know that I'm an Android user. I've been an Android user since 2010, and it's my preferred favorite mobile operating system. But I don't think I've ever made a video where I really expressed a few things that I dislike about Android and Google in a whole. And so there's a first time for everything, and this video is that. So cue that roll and let's get started. I'm vaping in the beginning because some people have commented and said, oh, because you're vaping, the video sucks. Well, I guess this one's going to suck too. But anyways, so I've never really aired out my issues against Google and Android. And yes, I do have, I do have some issues against them. So it's not like, because, I'm an Android user, I'm only going to have issues against Apple and iOS. I have issues against Google and Android, like this one. The notification, I think, needs to be polished off a lot better. And I'm not talking about the notification shade drop down and how it looks. I'm talking about how it functions. I get absolutely annoyed, and just, me being a tech reviewer, I'm going to run into this issue. A lot of people probably won't unless you're a type of person that loves to have multiple devices on hand to swap out between depending what you're feeling. Then you'll probably notice this too. But for me, it's absolutely annoying that I can use a phone, like say my X-Power, and have my J7, which I'm recording with, have it turned off for a month. And then every notification within that month that I've gotten on my X-Power, as soon as I turn on my J7, it comes bellowing through as if like I missed something here. There should be some sort of system put in place to be like, hey, for Google to understand, like, oh, he already dismissed that notification, he's already opened that notification, so when it's done, it's done. It's not going to be waiting to come through my other smartphones. Like, that to me is just annoying. And I know they can make that change. They could. Obviously they could. I mean, the fact that you can power your phone on, power it back on, and it will still have apps running in background that you had not cleared before powering off the phone tells me that there is some sort of way that, they can make it happen as to where, notifications from Facebook, Google+, Twitter, etc. does not come bellowing through when I swap devices and turn on a device that I've had off for the last couple of days to the last month. So that's one that annoys me. Another thing that pretty much annoys me about Google is how their G Suite apps run tremendously well on iOS. That to me is like a slap to the face to your own brand. Now, people will come out and say, well, Google makes, their Google apps run better on, will run good on iOS because they want to show how well, the experience would be. But then kind of think about it. If you're making YouTube better on iOS, if you're making Hangouts better on iOS, etc., if, say, people that are, that were longtime iOS users decide to make the jump to Android, why have a crappy experience waiting there for them? That's just an absolute bomb to blow up in Google's face, and I just still can't understand that. If you're gonna, for a lot of Android users that were kind of making a big deal, including myself, of how YouTube has, the whole comments like section, so you can actually like, commenters' comments. iOS has had that for a long time. That's kind of crazy how, Google apps on iOS basically have more features or get features before the Android version of it is. Which leads me to my next thing about Google is Google not caring. That's just really what it feels like. They don't care about their own platform that they should be caring about before they care about iOS and other outside platforms. Like, you have applications and you have people who follow, who are users of your brand, of your mobile OS. So wake up and start giving up. Yeah. And then worry about what apps you have on iOS and how polished those would be in order to show people how well Google is at developing applications and things like that. Like, get it right with your own native OS, and then make it right with outside OSs. And the final thing is with Google is Google flooding everything and just having a misdirection or multi-direction. It's like this almost feels as if Google has split personalities. You know, today they want Hangouts, tomorrow they want Google Messenger, and now there's Allo. And you know, for me and for other, I guess techies, like yeah, we get this, we get what Google's doing here. But for the consumers, which is really what it's all about, they are more confused than anything, which is why most consumers really don't take interest in Google services apps. Like Google Plus, they don't know what it is. Google Plus is not really marketed all that well. And consumers pretty much already pegged Google for this type of company that they'll have Google Plus, they'll probably have tomorrow Google Plus Plus, and they'll probably have Google Friends and have Google BFFs. You know, like they expect that from Google because that's all Google does. It's like, here, take Hangouts, all in one messenger. Okay, if you want to just do SMS, here, take Google Messenger. Okay, oh, by the way, we just released Google Allo, which is another messenger with Google Assistant. Like, consumers don't care. They just want something that works. Make something work and make it good. Again, take your time and work on your own services for your own OS before worrying about your competitor's OS and what you're bringing to their table. Because really, the spread on Android is not all that great. If you look at iOS and what Google's bringing to their table, to their buffet, their spread looks a hell of a lot better than ours. So that's a few things that I have a gripe about Google and Android. So if you guys enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you have not, somewhere over there on the mobile app. And yeah, if you guys have anything to add on, please do so in the comment section of this video. So yeah, finally, I said something that I disliked about Google and Android.